Hello, hello, all my little green skins. This is me and Dark, and we are doing a review of Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yep.
So, what did you think of this one? Give me an overview before we get to the main brass tacks here.
Well, I thought it was a very good show, and I wish I had watched it much sooner. I really did. I remember seeing a channel. Sorry, not sorry. I remember seeing a commercial of it on a channel, Boomerang, um, a cartoon associated with Cartoon Network years ago. But obviously, where I'm from, watching this was not available. This was like in the days before live streaming. Sorry, not live streaming. Before streaming movies and TV shows. So yeah,
Or Sailing the Seven Seas. Yeah,
yeah, you had to rely on bootlegs to get what you wanted.
yeah. And it's his. That's the funny thing about this show. It's one of those, oh damn, I wish I knew about this one. Oh, they had one where it's just focused on Wolverine because this is what everyone's kind of complained about. Well, I want to see an X-Men show just focusing on Wolverine. Well, this is exactly what you get. You get an actual show
Well, yeah,
like this.
well,
And
about that, it's like Wolverine and the X-Men. I think it only has that title because obviously Wolverine's in the front of the group, so therefore he is either the main character or he's going to be the one in charge of everything. But when you look at that, you think, well, Wolverine has always kind of been in the spotlight since the 90s cartoon. I mean, yeah, there were some episodes where he was relegated for secondary status, but for the most part, he was the star of every episode. So I felt like, wait a minute,
no, I
isn't
would
X Men
disagree there
technically
for
a
a bit.
Wolverine show? I mean, the exception was X Men Evolution because Wolverine wasn't as prominent as, although he did have
No,
a spotlight.
he had a lot of episodes, but he wasn't the premier character. There are quite a few episodes that don't even have him in it.
Yeah, there were so
And
few,
like
but I'm just saying the vast majority of
no,
them.
there was quite a lot in X-Men. There was quite a lot of X-Men in the original cartoon. I would actually disagree. Is there was quite a few cartoons where he wasn't in it. Um, they like the Genosha episodes, and their very early episodes. There's a couple episodes here, a couple episodes there. So no, it did have. There were a lot of Wolverine episodes, but there weren't as much as you're saying. Like there were actually some good. The problem is a lot of the Wolverine episodes were very good, and a lot of people remember them. Like fuck, one of them's the Captain America one, which to this day is amazing. But we're getting a little off topic here. What did you think of the music of the show?
Music, honestly, generic, generic action music, especially for American cartoons, nothing that makes me want to download and listen to on its own. It seems
Yeah,
pretty
I know,
standard.
right? It had that feel to it. Had that dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, the
dun, dun. That's all it
orchestral
was.
stuff, and the movies keep doing
No,
that.
it didn't even have orchestra. It was more of a ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Like you could literally create it off a sound wave, a sound program. You don't like it was pretty bad actually.
Dude, I would like for someone, I don't care who it is, just to rip out the music, the background music from the show, and just replace it with something even cooler. I think that's what the show is missing,
Yeah.
an awesome soundtrack. But apart from that, I liked almost everything else about it. And this is from someone who's not a hardcore
So
X
then
Men fan.
the next question is the art. What did you think of the art style?
Well, let me put it this way. The male characters are drawn really awkwardly shaped. I mean, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's like Wolverine's got the big arms, the big chest, but it's got the thin legs. But that was like common in the '90s. Like the Batman animated series had that too. So it's like, okay, it's an extension of that.
Well,
But it is nice to see that even this is from what 2007. This show was or
oh,
earlier.
it's been a while. Yeah, it was 2000 something.
Yeah, I just wish more cartoons today looked like this. This is what cartoons nowadays are missing. It's not anime, but it clearly takes notes from anime.
Yeah, I would have liked actually more of a pseudo real, but it's not bad. Like the women in the art style is actually quite well done.
Dude, this thing was
Um,
just speaking of the female characters, the way they're drawn is like, whoa, they're really accentuating the body and the cleavage in the show. All it's missing is jiggle shots. That's all it's missing, and then it would have been an
Yeah,
anime.
I know. I know. They really did. They really did accentuate the female form in this one. Like every character had a very every female form was very finesse on the way they looked and stuff. And I did like all the costumes. I liked well, the male costumes are pretty a generic. Like Cyclops has his coat. Um, you know, what's his face has his. This guy has this guy has that. It's all basically generic. Like Quicksilver's wearing his like spandex, which is kind of funny. But then you got freaking Domino. Holy hell!
Yeah, what the hell, man? I mean that in a good way.
Damn Domino. And they Psylocke, they did really good with the all the female characters look phenomenal in this one. Like they clearly both like I would actually say as a whole, all the characters look good. Like this was a really good looking Nightcrawler out of all the characters. Like I think they did a really good job. I like this Gambit for his look. But now we're moving from art. Let's talk about the story. Now we can't go too much because we're not hitting spoiler territory yet. But what did you think of the story as a whole?
I think it's a good build up. It told a lot of side stories and main stories and build up in this 26 episode season. So without feeling rushed. So I liked that. But
well, technically it was 2 seasons.
Technically, but it's from my sources, it was advertised as 1 season. But the thing is, I felt like it was building up to something, but unfortunately,
yeah, don't say anything more about the yeah. Well, we gotta watch what we say here. I think it was a great. I think it was a good show. I think it's a little depressing how the story went, but I think it was okay. Unfortunately, we'll have to talk about it a little bit more in spoiler territory before we actually get into it because that is the biggest problem. So we're going to give this a little review here. What are you going to review it? What's your number out of 10?
Oh, this is definitely in the 8s. Definitely.
I would say about a 7. Unfortunately, this had a story that just it had issues, and those issues I'll get into in the spoiler part. But it was a 7. I would still say this is a very good, very, 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 very good show, and it's worth every second to watch it. Like, go out and watch this show if you can. Go out and find it. I think it's on. I think this is also on Disney Plus. I think the mouse sacrificed enough people to the Dark Lord Ralia to get this show on there. So yeah, I'm happy to see it back out because I was a little worried about it. And now we're seeing Blu-rays and DVDs coming out. So they really are pushing the show on a big way, which I'm kind of happy to see that because it was actually hard for me to find DVD when I originally got the series.
Dude, DVD does not do the show justice. The animation was so good. You need to watch it in 1080p Blu-ray. It is phenomenal to look at. I have it
on HD DVD, so I'm not too worried about it. I have it on the highest specs. You get to a certain point. I won't discuss the whole 1080p thing because I'm not a big fan of because the eye only sees so much, and I'm not going to get into that.
Oh well.
Yeah, it technically all it does is highlight the color. I'm not gonna. Yeah, we won't get into that. But yeah, so I'm giving it like a 7. You were giving it an 8, I believe.
An 8, but it's not without its little problems.
Flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are going to be moving on to spoiler country. Maybe have Shawnee Gunn go wee 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 sound in the background. We'll see people doing that, or have a little big warning. I'll have a warning pop up or something like that. So if you don't want to get spoiled, don't this is the one you don't want to hear past this point. So for those that want to watch this show as is, have a good one, and I'll see you all green skins later.
As for the rest of us,
And
let's keep going.
let's keep going. Okay. So for the rest of us, fuck, this ends horrible. It ends on such a fucking cliffhanger. A fucking cliffhanger. God fucking damn it. It ends on a cliffhanger. And it ends on an awesome cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's awesome, but it sucks at the same time.
Oh yeah, because like fuck me, I remember seeing that for the first time. You do not know like how excited I got when I first saw this, because I watched this as is. I actually was watching it episode to episode, which I gotta admit, when you serialize a show, they actually what they did was this is what they did for the last 3 episodes originally when this first aired. They showed all 3 episodes back to back to back.
Yeah, because the last 3 episodes was a 3-parter.
No, a 4-parter. I think. I think it starts. I think it's a 4-parter or a 3-part. I can't remember now, but it's back to back to back episodes. So it's just like back to back to back. So I'm like, fucking right, and
like a TV movie finale.
Yeah, kinda. It was so awesome because I remember seeing it. It's like, fucking right. Here we go. Here, and then they fucking apocalypse. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to next see canceled. I was so mad. I was so pissed off. Like, this show as a whole is amazing. And you know what? Wolverine is the most interesting character. One of the most interesting characters in the X-Men. I think, it literally is. The characters that everyone likes are always like, it's him, it's Nightcrawler, and a couple others that have a really good story. So what did you think about Raven, Darkmoon, and Wolverine having a sexual thing?
Remind me who that is?
That would be Mystique.
Oh yeah, that's right. I only know it was Mystique. I was not aware of that alias, but that caught me off guard. I was like, what? No other iteration I've seen even hinted at such a relationship.
Oh, never done. Never, ever done. I don't think that's ever been done. That was the first time they ever introduced that story. And they also changed his name because I believe his name is John, not James. They refer to him as John. But I'll take it. They also did a little tease to X-23, which was kind of cool. the Lorna clones.
Oh, that.
Oh yeah, that was kind of interesting. Introduces like 9 of his daughters.
What do you call that? What comes after Oct?
I have no idea. I'm not going to worry about it.
Something tuplets.
Yeah, it was kind of fun watching them like just like running around like slicing up stuff. I was a little sad though because it was like, here's these like the idea that he has a like they actually did they de-aged X-23. I think she's even younger in this iteration. I think the youngest she is in the is that one movie, but I think this was pretty fun watching her run around fighting stuff and kicking everyone's ass. I thought that was cool. And I'm a little sad that that's actually the one problem I had with I was not a fan of the Future Story arc that much. I wish they hadn't focused on it as much as they did, but I get why they did it. Because it was tying everything together, right? Yeah. The Silver Samurai story was really good.
Oh, that was
and they also did something. Yeah. They also introduced 2 other things I was kind of surprised on. There's a cut to Iron Man, and there's a cut to an Iron Man fucking video game.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, and then the next thing they brought up, which was kind of amusing, was the whole the whole disturbingness of the like the kidnapping, the like they kidnap people and stuff. Like they really were like this was actually quite terrifying if you think about what was going on with the like they were taking people in this series. Like they took freaking they took Wolfsbane right off, like took her right from her house. Like that's pretty brutal to steal someone from their home, man. Like to think that they have area, like they actually concentration camps and stuff. Like this was really fascinating on that way that they took it to that extreme. And oh, it was just overall this was such a good fucking show. And even the episode, the weakest episode, the Modoc episodes. And again, I'm gonna take a quote from Modoc. This demands a sequel because goddamn, why did they end this? Like this should have had a season 2. I would have loved to see what they would have done with Apocalypse.
I agree. This and oh my god, and I hate how they killed Emma Frost in the end. She was my favorite. She was the eye candy of the show.
Well, no, she was one of the eye candy. I would honestly say Kitty Pryde was pretty eye candy on that sense, and then you had freaking Scarlet Witch. God damn, that outfits and then some. Then you had Domino.
For some reason, Rogue looked
So
really odd.
I didn't like the way this Rogue was. She was super like out of all the Rogue iterations, I did not like this Rogue iteration. I think the best one was the short 5-second appearance in another series, which we're going to be talking about later. But yeah, this was sad that this was the last. It just felt bad because I would have loved to have seen it in different things. I actually preferred the other Rogue from the X-Men Evolution. I still think that's the best looking Rogue out of all, just because I love the goth girl look on her. I think that was one of the better looks. But out of every character out there, I think the one I liked was the little spoiler thing that they did, and the original Rogue. You can't diss the Southern Belle, man. God damn that Southern Belle. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, every time Emma Frost was on screen, I was like, well, let's just say I wasn't paying attention to what she was saying.
I love the voice. By the way, the voice. I don't know who the voice actress is, but if I remember correctly, it's a really old woman.
For Emma Frost?
Yeah,
No,
I think it's a.
Oh, it's a known actress. Let me remember. I'm having a brain fart at the moment.
Yeah, I keep picturing an old lady talking like that. She has an amazing voice though. Like, goddamn that voice. She was my favorite. Her voice, like, because her voice in the like that is the best Emma Frost out of all the series that Emma Frost makes an appearance in the cartoons.
It's Kari Walgren, and or Carrie. I don't know how to pronounce it, but and she's only as of this video 43. According to Wikipedia.
Yeah, but I do picture for some reason I picture the woman who did for some reason I picture there's an older woman who did Star Trek, and I picture that to be the voice for some stupid reason. I don't know why. But I liked her voice, and she only makes another appearance. The only time she ever looked better was if you ever get to play it is the X-Men Destiny. Same voice actress, by the way. They got her again.
Okay, well, this is where we're gonna disagree. I thought her British accent was a little bit off.
Well, she's British.
Is she?
I think so.
No, she's American.
I was always assuming that Emma Frost. I vaguely remember her being British. Maybe that's just me just loving the voice actress so much and her voice on the matter. I don't mean to gush over the voice, but I thought she was an amazing. I thought it just suited her. It suited her. I just liked it. I like the attitude. I like the pissy attitude when she realized Psylocke was there. That just made me laugh. Like that was just like, oh yeah, we can't find Forge.
I'm
gonna go deal with her.
I just want to make things clear. I am not dissing her as an actress for her British accent being not fully convincing for me, because that's the problem with almost all other American voice actors.
I liked it. I thought it was really well done. I thought I no no I mean I thought the character Emma Frost was British.
And this is gonna be blasphemous to a lot of people, but the main guy from Black Butler, what's his name, Sebastian. I'm not a fan of that show. I'm not saying I hate it, but yes, even his British accent was so fake, and fangirls love that voice. They love that accent. And
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna be
their decision.
crucified upside down. Get your
Yeah, well,
pitchforks, because I'm not changing my mind.
okay. Well, that's leave an angry comment on his other chat. You
Yes,
hate him.
your anger is my amusement.
Okay, dude. Yeah, you're getting way off topic, good sir. So we're gonna get back to this. Gambit was well done. I also liked the guy who did Remy Bow was fun. I liked the 2 episodes. I would have liked it if he would have became an X-Men at the end, but god damn, I liked both episodes.
Yeah, he was really
I
cool.
think
I liked his character a lot, and he
yeah,
did remind me of the original Gambit, just not affiliated with anyone. So I feel like that's him without X-Men.
yeah. And this is one of the few X-Men series that actually brings up the other continuities. Like Wolverine fighting the Hulk and stuff. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, this
Uh,
is like not an Easter, sorry, a love letter to fans of Marvel series. Now, for me personally, I'm
yeah.
not a fan of Hulk. I'm not a fan of other Marvel properties. So therefore, this little wink at the audience, like, didn't do anything for me. Didn't care.
Oh, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And it ended on a interesting idea. I don't even know if that's even in. I know that actually, I believe this happened in the comics where Emma Frost died, well, kind of died. And then the other one was the Cocos, which was a weird idea. I was like, what the hell are Cocos? I was like, when I saw those, I was like, yeah, the idea of like a bunch of psychic quintuplets and they're all psychic. That's an interesting idea. They like everything about this was cool. I think the character that I think had the best story, and I think this was a huge story change, was Archangel.
Oh yeah,
I thought
definitely.
that story was amazing. I thought that was a really dark story and it was really well done. And everything about this was just phenomenal. I think they just did a really, really, really good job. And it was a good series almost from start to finish. I had fun with it. There's like the only problem I have with it, the only reason this isn't higher rated on in my end is the fucking ending. That cliffhanger ending is so depressing because that could have brought other entities into the story. That could have brought Cable into the story. That could have brought like other guys into the story. We could have seen more X-Men make their appearances and shit and had some more cooler X-Men show up. Not to mention certain characters did pop up. They also they put in characters that most people don't know about too. Like I didn't know Dust. I didn't know what's her face there, the one that was shooting the Blink there. This was what introduced me to Blink, Dust, not Bam Bam, but a couple of the other ones it introduced me to. So
My problem,
I was
sorry,
go ahead.
my problem with the show, well, it's not a problem per se, but I think they needed to have dealt with it sooner, was Cyclops' character, because every iteration he's usually the calm guy. He's a leader type. Now I get at the start they had to make him unstable, very sad because of what happened to Jean being missing and all. But
Oh yeah,
but
this actually really put a shit on his character, and it does. It always put the shit on his character. Like I hate to say it, this is actually what makes I hate that. This is what I hate about a guy that actually like rate like like I understand you lost your loved one, but this is a man who's been training since he was like fucking 13 or 14 to being a leader. This is a man who's like Professor Xavier put everything on his shoulders. This is a guy who's not only like he's multiply trained, he has a lot of stuff to him, and it's like every time Jean dies or disappears, yay, yay, and then he ends up hooking up with fucking then Jean pop. Then he ends up hooking up with other psychic girls. I think that's part of his mutant power. He gets psychic putang or something because no, because he gets, first of all, Jean Grey is especially in later comics, they drew her wow. And then he gets Emma Frost, which is always wow.
Especially in this
and
show,
then
how she's
after
drawn.
that, oh no, not even. Well, look her up in the comics. Look at her later iterations. Holy shit! And we're not even at the amazing one yet. And then you got after Jean comes back, because Jean does come back in the comics. He's having psychic sex with Emma Frost in the background. Like this guy is like they really do. I don't know what it is with writers. They really do tear this character down, and it's every time they tear this poor fucking guy down.
Like, I get they needed to make him emotionally damaged because they needed a good reason to make Wolverine the leader, because he's usually not the leader of the X-Men. He's usually the rogue one. But this time he had to put on his big boy pants and take charge and make decisions he normally wouldn't make if he was solo.
Yeah, because he wants to be solo, but he is a wartime general. That's why I call him the X-Men's wartime general. That's basically what he reminds me of, is the guy you call upon to fight. You want to call, like, this is a guy that's fought in every world war. This guy actually, Wolverine, even though they keep changing it, he's fought in the Civil War. He's fought in World War I, and he's fought in World War II, and he fought in Vietnam. So this is a man that has fought every fucking war. Like, he should be at general level at this point. Like, he's met the Punisher, he's met everybody. Like, he's a wartime general. So using him as a wartime general, I think, is the best way to deal with the character. I don't think you should play around with him otherwise. What do you think?
Yeah, he was a wartime general. He was a spy. He was a mercenary. He was everything in the book, practically. So I love that they used his experience and all that and made him a better leader. Even a samurai at one point.
Yeah, which is actually, that's another nod to classic Marvel fans. Like, this is why I say this is probably the most underrated of the X-Men show, definitely by far, because you got Wolverine, you got three big story arcs. You got the Dark Phoenix story arc, which is the Hellfire Club. You got the Wolverine versus Hulk, the Wendigo story arc. Then you move on from that, and you get one other story arc, which is you get the Yuriko's Tear. These are three big stories in Wolverine. Especially Yuriko's Tear. Yuriko's Tear is a huge story arc. And it's actually a really, really good. What?
Speaking of story arcs, even little ones like, I forget her name, Marrow.
The Weapon X, the Weapon X storyline, yeah.
Marrow with
the Weapon X storyline
with her robot Sentinel. I liked that.
I didn't like that, actually. I did not like that character at all.
Well, I didn't say I liked the character, but I did like the story. I mean, they actually made a Sentinel. They made me actually care for the Sentinel.
Yeah, it did, but I felt more sorry for Polaris. out of everyone, I felt absolutely sad for poor Polaris, living stuck by herself in the middle of fucking nowhere. So that was kind of sad. Although it was kind of like I love the I loved everything about the characters. I thought it was an amazing story. It was like I said, we got three good nods to the series.
Oh yeah, another
Like
complaint I
we
have.
got
I'm sorry to cut you off, but another complaint I had is Storm was a bit underutilized, and this is just like with X Men Evolution, also underutilized. It's like this is the second show in a row where Storm is taking a back seat.
well, Storm. I'm neither here nor there with Storm because she's not my favorite X Men. Like that always goes to other characters. Like I kind of like Kitty Pryde and like well at least until what they did with her now. I kind of liked I kind of liked Psylocke. I kind of liked Surge. I kind of liked Wolverine. I definitely liked because that's old school.
Who doesn't like Wolverine? That's like
Gambit is another one I absolutely loved.
I mean, not liking Wolverine is like not liking Venom. Oh wait, Sam Raimi.
Yeah, definitely. But it's just like it's funny because it's sad because the character could have been more, and I felt like it just kind of fell apart a little bit with the. Like I said, I think we could have done more with Storm. Like it's sad to see Storm, and like I said, the way she lost her, her with a romantic interest with Angel, I never even knew that ever happened.
I never knew that either. That also came by surprise, but it came as fast as it went as fast as it came, or is it the other way around?
Yeah, tit for tat, right?
Pretty much. It just it they just it was one of those blink and you miss it. Like, oh yeah, they're a thing now, and moving on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Beast also underutilized. I mean, he's not the most utilized, but I feel like I get he's
Yeah,
the
he had such a
bookworm,
better story.
but I
He
think
had such a better story arc, right?
oh yeah. I mean, I liked he had a story arc in the original cartoon, which Evolution and this did not really use him to that effect. I mean, remember?
No, Evolution. I think Evolution he had a better story arc in Evolution. We got to see the transformation. We got to see the transformation.
Yeah, but that was only like one episode. I mean, the original cartoon he had like a three-parter because there was
He
this
also
girl,
got
the
stuck in
blind
a
girl.
fucking cage. He also got stuck in a cage for like fucking 3 or 4 seasons, if I remember correctly.
4 episodes, you mean? Yeah,
No, Jesus. No, he was locked away for an entire season, if I remember correctly.
yeah. But he had
So,
the blind girl whom he had to heal. He had the last. I think it was the last arc. I forget what that. Oh, I don't know what these things are called, but there was this thing attacking the town. This black gooey thing, and he was the one to save the day with Magneto.
yeah.
I mean, he can be a main character, an interesting star of an arc, but ever since that series, they have not used him like that.
They kick on him a little bit more as in other and there's like one other series we're going, but we're not going to get into that. He is kind of just underutilized by this point, and he is a useful character. And he's actually a beloved character. He's actually one of the few beloved X-Men characters, and it's sad to see him go down go down that way, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like I said, the Beast had some good story arcs in the Wolverine in the X-Men Evolution, but he definitely had nothing in this one.
Yep,
Like
just a scientist.
that's like I said. Yeah, I know, but that's the sad thing about it. It's literally we could have had something. It's a lot of we could have in this series, in this continuity, in this cartoon. That's the sad part.
Yeah,
So
a lot of could haves, but we ended too early.
that's what it is. It was a too early, too soon. It is a too early, too soon, now too late. We are now at a point where we have something that isn't going to be able to like make its mark.
Yeah.
So we got screwed. We got kind of screwed.
Oh yeah, we got screwed on a lot of things. There was a movie for GI Joe called GI Joe Resolute, and oh my god, it is so awesome.
Yeah.
It's a kick-ass
Well,
version of GI Joe
we
we're not gonna get, and for some reason, kick-ass stuff don't last long in today's world.
unfortunately, it's I guess that's what makes it kick ass a little bit because you technically, if you think about it, we did fundamentally get something that was good that took a crap. So I would say that this was okay. This wasn't great. I would have loved to see more, but we got kind of screwed. We got kind of screwed. That's the only sad thing about this. We got kind of screwed. And that's pretty much my end. I wish there was more. This is such a sad thing. Like they get Jean Grey back, and that could lead to something. They get this character, this character died. How are they going to bring Emma Frost back? Because they did actually bring Emma Frost back. So, there's a lot they could do. So we'll see what they do with the series, but I'm almost guaranteed at this point, it's been so fucking long. I don't see the series ever continuing.
Nope.
I think we're just pretty much, because the company that existed doesn't exist anymore, if I remember correctly. I think it was Liberty Media.
I think so, but it doesn't really matter because Marvel still owns it. They could just get someone else to mimic the style, but the point is, they won't continue it in any form or fashion, not even a movie finale, which would be better than nothing. Because for some reason, Marvel, I hate to say this, but Marvel, they treat, for each project they do, no matter how good or bad it is, even if it's good, they just shelf it once it's done. That's it. And I hate that.
I've noticed that too. I've noticed that. Well, they did the same thing with DC and their freaking their 52 movies. Like those were at one point pretty good. Then it just kind of flopped, and we got bigger flops as it went on. I'm a little pissed at that, and I'm still upset about that. I'm still fucking salty about that. God, am I salty about that. To this day, I be salty.
I blame you.
Yeah, that just brings the super salt out of my blood, man. I hate it. I'm just like, no, why are we not doing this? How dare you? I feel like the poor. I feel like a cat that someone like left a piece of tuna, and just as I was about to bite that piece, I got a little taste of it, and another piece fell. Just as I went to go grab that other piece, that's when some jack off came and like took the piece from me. Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it does. It's just, oh. Anyway, great series, great animation, great characters. They didn't get to everything they wanted. Needed more. It didn't finish. They got us hyped up.
It got us hyped up for something amazing. It's kind of like the fact that we still don't have a Shantae anime. Like, motherfuckers, give us a Shantae anime, okay?
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
I want a Shantae anime. I want my Shantae. Trigger, you have the fucking thing. If you ever see the opening for that anime, the trigger opening that they did, I am not a fan of, like, I'm not exactly a fan of kid-like animes, but I saw that and I went, oh my god, there was so much beauty to that. I've been playing the Shantae games as of late, and they're fucking amazing platformers. They are amazing. We need more. We need more, assholes. Stop it. Stop teasing us, you motherfucker. I feel like the little kids in Skyrim when you go and, oh, Daddy, we're gonna give you a gift. No, you're not gonna get that gift. But Dad, stop teasing.
Oh man.
It's like Jesus hell. It's like when your kids bring home a little. It's like when your kids bring home in Skyrim game and you want to kill that animal and the kids don't let you kill the animal. It's like I want to kill the animal, you little brats. I'm gonna kill your rabbit. I'm gonna slit its throat. No, don't do it. Don't even think about it. They know I want to kill the rabbit.
I guess.
He's just like, yeah. So Holly, weird. Do us a favor. Stop screwing with our shit. Let's finish it and let us like continue awesome.
You know, I have to say this. This is, along with X-Men Evolution, all the cartoons I've seen up until now. This Evolution original. This has proved to me that live action does not mean better.
No, it doesn't really. It does. You know what? I would love to get you into the 52 movies, but how those ended was so bad. I couldn't, in good conscience, get you into those. But no, great movies need to be. This is an example of this. Like, I hate to say it. When Mask of the Phantasm is better than any of the Batman movies after a certain point, an animated cartoon is better than Batman and Robin. The other I would say even all the way up to Dark Knight, I would say Mask of the Phantasm was the better movie. Animated is sometimes the better way to go. Not always, but sometimes it's amazing. So yeah, I think we've tore this apart and had our little geek rant about Hollyweird being Hollyweird.
Yeah, there's nothing new to say about that. Hollywood just sucks.
Hollywood just sucks. Yeah. Our diagnosis: Hollywood just sucks. So to all my little greenskins out there that stuck around, thank you. Thank you for the 16 subscribers we got. Hope we get up to 16,000 one of these days. Never know. And we will be coming up to you guys with the next one, which is the X-Men anime. Then we're moving to Predator. And then I'm going to talk to me and Shawnee are going to figure out what we're going to do next. I have my pick. My pick is going to be UFS or UHF. Or Darkman. We're gonna. I'll let you guys make us. You guys leave a comment what you guys want to see after Predator, because we're doing Predator.
Yep, Predator.
And so, yeah.
Also, check out my Twitch channel. We're doing Michael Jackson month this April.
Oh yes. He is doing. We are doing Michael Jackson month. I gotta show him how to work a magical. I gotta show him how to work an arcade machine. Yes. Because Shaningan has an actual arcade machine, doesn't he? Wink, wink.
And we're going to be playing Moonwalker, the game.
Hopefully we can get this off the ground. We're going to try to get Moonwalker off the ground. If not, it's Captain Tennille, I believe, and the Ghost is the other one.
Captain EO.
Oh, Captain. I keep calling it Captain Tennille for some reason. Why do I do that? Alrighty. Have a good one, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Get us more. We want to see more people here, and we're going to keep going with this. Have a good one, my greenskins, and we'll see you. We'll see you in the horde.
Good night.
Good night.